So the reason that we do breakout boxes is that it teaches students to be self-reflective about a lot of different skills that they are learning through the challenge program. Things like perseverance or teamwork or critical thinking. So last week I taught students about Morse code, sort of the history of Morse code, the International Morse code system and alphabet. We learned the international signal for distress was SOS. And so we listened to some Morse code and also translated some Morse code ourselves. So today was an assessment of that information that I had taught to them in a previous lesson. They had to listen to Morse code and translate what they heard into different numbers in order to figure out one of the 3-digit locks. They had to use their notes to know what year the first Morse code message was sent, which was 1844, and they got that information from the history of Morse code that we learned about last week. And they also had to translate some Morse code.
Last week she gave us a decipher, so it made it a little easier. And so that really the main goal was having to know how to use the decipher and how to write Morse code and stuff. Otherwise, it would have been much harder to solve that box.
I am very transparent with my teaching of problem-solving strategies. We work on that in the morning times with a critical thinking class that I teach every week when the students come in. And so they have to apply that information and skills such as using logic or organizing their data or using their resources to their critical thinking in the afternoon with the breakout box.
Once we found out the answer to some of the clues, we went ahead and put them in the locks. And the ones that we didn't understand, we had to look at a little more. And those ones, like, you really had to work as a group to understand because, like a lot of people in my group didn't think the same as me, and so all of our minds together really helped out.
Something that's really big as well is learning how to work under pressure. They have a 45-minute clock, and it's huge and red and on my screen and counting down the seconds as they go. And so they learn how to work under that pressure, which they know is a real-life skill. There are deadlines, there are things that we have to get done within a certain amount of time, and so they have to be able to do that. And then the key was really tricky for the students this time as well. It was hidden in a place that has electrical signals because Morse code travels through electrical signals. And so I hid it in the computer cart, which has electricity, and it was taped up to the top. And so the students went and looked in the computer cart, but they didn't see it there at first because they didn't look all throughout.
Whenever we were looking for the key, it was really hard. I was almost about to give up, but she said that, to persevere. And then we kept looking, and then we finally found the key and broke out.
It is student-led and student-oriented. I think something that was really hard for me as a teacher with learning how to guide students through the breakout box is that I can't help them, because me helping them is not really helping them learn how to be independent thinkers and independent learners. They know that they need to really struggle through it being hard and keep pushing themselves in order to succeed in the end and have that reward of opening up the box and finding that we broke out sign.
Like, a lot of people look at it as like just to break out, and I mean, for me, I mean, it kind of is that, but like also getting to like meet new people and stuff, like, because I don't always get to talk to the people that are in the class with me, because I only see them like once a week. So like just like getting to first off like meet them and talk to them is like really fun.
What's really great is to hear them communicating with each other though, and a lot of times you hear them even offering kindness to each other, like, who hasn't gotten to open a lock yet? Okay, then you can open this lock. So kind of working with a team, but also offering kindness to other students and fairness and equity throughout our groups too, which are skills that I'm not sure that they realize that they are learning, but they definitely are.